Hi guys, what is up and welcome to my channel today. So today let's talk about sharp images, how you can get those clear, crisp, sharp images every time. So let's talk about a few little tips that you can do to improve your images and get those crisp, clear, picture perfect, sharp images today. Cue the intro. So everybody was there at the point where your photos is either blurry or just not sharp enough, like a bit out of focus. You see this perfect moment that you want to capture on your camera and you're so excited and you go and grab your camera, you take the picture and you're excited because yeah, and I'm gonna share it with the family and post it on my social media. And only to look at the images later on your computer and to see it's just not sharp enough. It's a bit out of focus, or it's completely out of focus and the tree in the background is clear, sharp focus. What a big disappointment. I know I've been there a couple of times. Okay, so let's go through these few points. And these are in no particular order, so let's just start with the first one, shutter speed. Yes, you know this one was coming. We talked about shutter speed a couple of times and how it can improve your photography. So today it's going to improve the sharpness of your images. So a fast shutter speed equals to sharper images. So your shutter speed should be at around 125 or even faster, depending on your lens, which we will talk about a little bit later. So if you are hand holding your camera, your shutter speed should be around 125 or faster, unless you use a tripod. But anything lower than that while hand holding your camera will most likely make your photos blurry or out of focus. And a shutter speed of around 500 to 1000 will freeze the motion in your photos. Okay, and now so a little tip for you guys with your lens and shutter speed. Remember to set your shutter speed higher than the length of your lens. So let's say you are using a 200mm lens. So that means that your shutter speed should be at a minimum of 200. Okay, and the second point, choose your own focal point. Yeah, sure, your camera does a pretty good job at this, but it's just a camera. It doesn't know what the image is you want to capture. So it is going to focus on a point, but it doesn't mean that that's the point that you want to focus on. So just choose your own focus point. So change your camera to single point focus mode. And then the third tip, which kind of goes with tip number 2, use continuous focus mode, as this will help you to get sharp focus, especially when your subject is moving. Okay, and then the next little tip, look for a point of contrast. So when you choose your own focal point, make sure you toggle your camera so you can get a point of contrast. This will also just help with the overall sharpness of your image. Okay, and then number 5, this one comes natural to me by now. Sometimes I don't even know I'm doing this until I stop doing it and the image is taken. Then I'm like, yeah, I didn't even notice it. This will be to hold your breath and lock your elbows. This is very, very important for when you are hand holding your camera. So by locking your elbows against your body and then taking a deep breath and hold it before you press your shutter button, this will limit the camera shake from holding your camera. And then also remember to steady yourself and plant your feet firmly against the ground. So you don't have to hold your breath the whole entire time. Just hold your breath in and just press the shutter button then. So holding your breath and locking your elbows is very important for when you are taking a photo and you're also hand holding your camera. So by locking your elbows into your body and also by holding your breath, this will limit the camera shake from hand holding your camera. This is a very important one for hand holding cameras and taking a photo. Now you don't have to hold your breath the whole entire time while taking a photo. It's just before you press your shutter button. Just keep your breath inside, hold it, and just then press your shutter button. It's just for that 1 to 2 seconds. And also do remember to steady your body and plant those feet firmly on the ground. Okay, so let's move on to Aperture. So how does Aperture help you to get even sharper images? Try raising your f-stop just a little bit. By raising your f-stop a little bit, it will give you a little bit more wiggle room to get your subject in focus. Okay, so most lenses do have a thing called a sweet spot in terms of aperture. This is where your photos will be sharp. So how do you find your lens's sweet spot? By taking a series of images of the same subject but at different aperture settings. Okay, and then the last little tip I have for you guys. Remember to switch on that image stabilization or vibration reduction on your lens. Just switch that little guy on, and then that will also be a huge help to your images. And also do use a tripod. Now each camera manufacturer have a different name for this, so you just take your lens. It is usually on the side, and I don't know if you can see there. There you go, vibration reduction VR, and you just switch it on. This is for a Nikon, so I will just put a list on here for you guys just to show the different names from the different manufacturers. Okay, so yeah, there you have it. A few points for you guys to help you get those sharp images every time you pick up your camera. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also do remember to subscribe to my channel. Until the next video, guys, goodbye. How you can get those